This is the light I picked. It's the Roadshock Edge from Harbor Freight. You can see there the dimensions, basically almost 6 inches wide by 5 inches tall, about 3.5 thick. So 4 LED spotlight. It has 3 settings, just some running lights, which I won't use, and then a low and high, 5400 lumens. I'll show you some other specs on here. Where's that? That's just like some of the parts there. And I'm guessing it comes with a cover you can put on it, like a yellow color cover. And there's like the distance it shows and how the pattern is. So yeah, it says you gotta have the wiring kit too. So I got this wiring kit right here. And then that's what it looks like, the diagram on the back. I only have one light, so I don't need the splitter. Just need the one. We're gonna get it out. I have this battery box I made out of just an old ammo can. If you can see there. Old lithium battery in there, and so we're gonna just get it out, plug it up to it, and just test it out, see how bright it is at night out here before I install it. Now, they had some lights. I don't think it required the wiring kit. They were just like one set. It wasn't a 3 mode light. It was just one setting. You could probably run with just a regular switch, and I'll get into that later in this video. I don't use the aerator in the little boat, or the live well in the little boat. I use it for basically dry storage. So I thought about just coming off of the switch for the aerator. So instead of, when you hit that switch, instead of coming on the live well, it would just go to the light, and, come on and then shut off. But the only thing is that would just have one mode. It's got to have a relay, like this has the relay and all that in there to do the different modes and all that. So I'm going to probably have to use the wiring kit. We're going to figure out how I'm going to run it. I'm just going to get it out and test it first. Then we'll get the boat, figure out my routing. I got a kind of idea. I may have to run it through kind of where I run my fish finder wiring and stuff up to the front. And I only got one light because I only got really room to mount it on one side, not really the other side, because the trolling motor's kind of in the way. And also, I didn't want to go any bigger than this here either. I would just want to go smaller. But one small light on there wouldn't, I don't think it'd be bright enough. So we're going to see if this is bright enough. If it's way brighter, I may can get by with a smaller one. I might can just return it and swap it out for a smaller one. I don't know. We'll just see it. Like I said, we're going to try it out first. Then figure out how we're going to run the routing and all that, because I need to be able to keep the switch for it over there for where I sit when I'm riding. And the reason I got this is because at night, so it's getting summertime. It's hot out during the daytime. There's wake boats and jet skis flying around. So you have to get up really early. I get up at 3 o'clock for work. So on my off days, I don't always want to get up early. And you can't really go in the middle of the day because all the other boats, and then it's, in the summertime, and then it's hot as crap too. So I go late evening and stay out some during the night and then come home. But in that little boat, if you hit a big old stick or a log or something like that, or some floating storage containers off of somebody's dock that come loose or whatever, it could cause some problems. Like I got a little stick hung up between where the boat is and where the outboard sticks out right there, just kind of stuck around in that area, and it created so much drag, it like threw me over sideways, like it was gonna turn over eventually if I kept going like that. So I had to let off and throttle, and it laid back up and get back there, pull the stick out. So yeah, but if you hit, if you hit a log or something, it can screw the boat up or mess your lower unit up if your motor hits it, whatever. So I want to be able to see what's in the water so I can go around it, or whatever. So that's why I got this. And if I see somebody coming, I can flip it off so I don't blind them or whatever. You cut it back on. I don't want to just be blinding people going down the lake. So anyway, this is a couple different models I got. The 4 LED spot, or 4-inch spot, 4-inch spot flood combo, and then 6-inch spot and flood combo, which it was bigger. And the only reason I didn't get the straight flood, or even the flood combo, is because like at night sometimes, there's a little bit of mist or whatever on the water in front of you, and it really illuminates that. Kind of like driving the fog without your fog lights low. You just got your regular high beams on, and it kind of blurs your, seeing out in front of you. So I wanted a spot that would just go straight out and not kind of light up everything in front of you up high. But yeah, there's those. So this is how it comes here. Comes in there like that, and with this over the top of it. And it has a protective cover on it, which is good. Protects your light, when you're not using it. Then we got in here the bracket, which I don't really need at the moment. and some hardware. Depending on what I'm mounted on, I may not use this anyway. It's got a couple of different setups there, which, well, to mount the light to the bracket, I'll use that, but then it's got some other ones, I think, to mount, like to mount the bracket down, which I probably won't use. I'll use some other screws. Your plug here, I'm assuming that goes in the light, and then you wire that in, and I may not even need this, but honestly, if I'm just gonna run it on high anytime I'm using it, I could probably, like I said, get by without the wiring kit and just run straight from just some straight power from my aerator switch. Yeah, there it is. So you plug it in there. All right, so what it looks like here, you got the 4 wires. You got low beam, ground, the amber light, and high beam. I don't care about the amber light. So you need the ground and then low and high. So when it says use a switch, which I'm assuming is one of the switches in here, it's basically it's a 3 switch. So like one way off is in the middle, and then down is low and up is high, or up is low, down high, whatever. But so I did a little testing. This wiring switch doesn't even have 2 on positions and off. It's got on and off, and that's it. So I don't understand how that's going to work with this light if it's got 2 or 3 modes. So the amber lights are just literally, I'll try to get them on there in a second, in the middle. And then the 2 bottoms are low, and then high is all of them, and the side ones obviously too. But the side ones come on with both of them. So then the yellows, the amber, like I said, don't need. And then red is the low, white is all of them. And then, like I said, red is just 2, the 2 bottom and the sides. And white is all of them in the sides. So really, I don't even need these 2, the red and the yellow. I'm going to try to show you what it looks like on high here in just a second. But I could just use these 2. So what I may can do is, for example, mount, like on my fish finder, I'll show you here in a second. I have an on and an off, just got hot in, hot out, and then ground runs straight through. And you can just flip it on and flip it off. And it's pretty heavy duty. It's used as like bolts that with nuts to bolt the wires on with the ring terminal. So I'm gonna show you here the red, which is the low. Red, which is the low. And then white, which is high. You can see out there. And then the amber, you can't even see it because it's too low. I'll show y'all what I got so far here, then I'll test it out a little bit. So I got a clamp, like a transom style clamp here. That way I didn't have to drill holes in there or whatever and try to mount it that way. And then I took like a fish finder mount. You can see there, 1.5 inch ball mount. And I mounted the light bracket to that so that I could adjust it around a little bit more than what these would do. Excuse the noise, PTs on the tractor. Then I wired it in just to the low side, which is the red, and then the black for the ground. And I come around through here, and it fit perfectly in these like cable holders that I already had. My cable between my fish finders, and run it through there. And then I run to a battery cutoff switch, kind of like what I have for my fish finders also. So it's because that other switch that came with that kit, it just had an on and off. It didn't have a low, high, none of that. So I just used on and off switch here for that. Then I come down with my ground and my hot from that, and I put a bladed fuse block in there. And this is the battery box I'm going to use. Thing is, I got to change the wiring in here. Is only 18 gauge. The wiring in here that goes from my battery, like the ring terminal style here that I took out, it's 18 gauge right here. So basically this one end goes to the battery, one end goes to my terminal, and then I have a T-tap off to run the gauges and the plugs. Well, I'm going to leave these, but I'm going to run some 12 gauge or whatever from the battery to my terminal, and then just come off the same with a T. But I got to get some 12 gauge T's here because this would be like a bottleneck down, and it would make the wires hot and whatnot. So for now, I'm just going to put these style terminals on the end of the wires just to test it out. Once it gets dark, we're gonna test it out. And where I sit here, I can reach up, flip it on, flip it off. Like if a boat's coming by, I can turn it off so I don't blind them. And I just use some 12 gauge wire my dad had from heating and air stuff. The only thing about that wire is it's really kind of stiff, so it doesn't like to take shape where you want it unless you bend it. But that's out of the way of this opening and closing. All right, I got it hooked to another battery like that I had already. It's just a little bit smaller amp hour battery. As you can see, it works. But we'll, once it gets dark, we'll test it even more. It's dark now. I got it back up here under my shed. And this light's on, but I'm gonna shine out there and see how it looks. Of course, I'm gonna have to adjust it. You can see how far out there it shines. It shines out there pretty good. I should be able to see something in the water in front of me, like a log or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it down. I'm gonna have to put it on the water, get up here and adjust it down and get it perfectly there. But I think it looks pretty good. It's angled up a little too much, obviously, but it works good.